Sometimes even a Time Lord never seems to have quite enough time. Little jobs pile up, things get in the way. The Doctor was tackling one such little job now, feeling the sense of virtuous efficiency that comes when you finally catch up on some task that should have been done ages ago. He was in one of the TARDIS corridors, working at the jumble of equipment behind a roundel that had been removed from the wall. Now in his fifth incarnation, the Doctor was a slightly built, fair-haired young man in the dress of an Edwardian cricketer. Striped trousers, fawn frock coat with red piping, white sweater and open-necked shirt. Watching him was a brown-haired girl with fine, rather aristocratic features. She wore a kind of velvet trouser suit with elaborately puffed sleeves. This was his current companion, Nyssa of Traken. The product of a highly technological society and a bioelectronics expert in her own right, Nyssa felt that the Doctor ran the TARDIS in far too haphazard a manner. The Doctor made a final adjustment to the audio circuit and slotted it back in place. Such a simple little repair job, really. "Quite," said Nyssa pointedly. "Why didn't you do it sooner?" "Well, you know how it is," said the Doctor vaguely. "You put things off for a day, next thing you know it's 100 years later, and it's still not done." Nyssa sighed, realizing she was never going to get the Doctor properly organised. "Never mind, it's done now. It'll be nice to have the audio link up on the scanner again." The Doctor replaced the roundel. "Let's go and see if it works." Robin Stewart stood on one of Amsterdam's innumerable picturesque bridges, staring gloomily down at the waters of the canal. The colourful, bustling street scene was all around him, but Robin was too worried to take it in. Wearing jeans and anorak, loaded down with a great bulging pack like a turtle carrying his own home, Robin Stewart looked exactly like all the other young people who spend their summers wandering around Europe. There aren't quite so many of them these days. Some of the big capital cities have become cold and unwelcoming, but not friendly old Amsterdam. The Dutch are a tolerant people, willing to turn a blind eye to such crimes as being young and hard up. Robin turned and walked along the bridge to the telephone kiosk at the far end. Another backpack, fully as big as his own, was propped up outside, and inside was another very similar young man. His friend Colin Fraser was currently engaged in an endless telephone conversation with some mysterious cousin or other who was due to come out to Amsterdam to visit them the following day. The door of the box was propped open, and Robin could hear Colin's familiar Australian twang. "No, everywhere's full. We got to sleep rough tonight. We'll be at the hostel from tomorrow, though. That's the number I gave you." He nodded to Robin and said, "Look, I've got to go now. I'll see you at the airport tomorrow. Take care." He came out of the kiosk. Robin helped him on with his pack and said, "Everything okay?" "Yes, she'll be—" "What's the matter?" Robin had suddenly tensed and turned away and was staring at the canal with apparent fascination. "Oh no, a policeman," he whispered. A large Dutch policeman was strolling along on the other side of the road. It was quite obvious to Colin that the policeman was enjoying the pleasant spring day and wasn't the slightest bit interested in them. But all the same, Robin was quite unable to relax until the policeman had gone by. Colin grinned. "It's all right, Robin. The Dutch are a civilised race. They don't put people in prison for losing a passport." "No, but they do deport you, though." A couple of nights ago, Robin's passport had been stolen in one of Amsterdam's crowded cafes, though luckily the thief had missed his wallet. Colin had suggested Robin report the loss of the passport to the police, the British Embassy, or both. But Robin didn't want to, not yet. He was convinced that reporting the loss would mean an official telling off, hundreds of forms to fill in, and worst of all, the immediate ending of his holiday, since he'd be packed off home at once.